Yeah, I like that video, man. I like those pictures.
Good one.
That photographer's
Well
pretty
done.
good.
Yeah,
Well
I
done.
hear that CB sports photography guy. Pretty solid.
He's not bad at photography. Everything else,
He can get it done.
shaky.
Yeah, so welcome Monarch fans to Hudson
Hey.
Homers. We got a packed episode today. Got CB and Coach Finny here with me as well. We're going to talk all up and down the lineup, positioning, all that fun stuff, because we are less than 2 weeks away from first pitch of the 2026 season.
Next
Getting
Friday.
closer. Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. But Coach Finny, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, we're almost down to single digits. Are we in single digits almost? Right?
Not quite, I think, right?
Yeah.
A couple days, day or two away.
Couple days away, and hopefully the weather's going to start warming back up for us. And, it's funny, every year is a different path to try to get ready. I tell the guys all the time, I'm like, guys, look, it doesn't matter. We can play 25 inter squads. We can play one. You're going to feel the exact same way on opening day. We've gotten a lot of work done, not as much in the last, 10 days, but up until then, probably more than we've gotten done in recent memory anyway. So, you want to get things covered as much as you can. The needle to thread is you also want to do your best to keep guys from having to start the year feeling all banged up, because that sometimes never goes away. So you want to keep them, healthy and fresh. And there is something, because it's a long season to, quote unquote, playing your way into shape a little bit. I think that's the old school thought, but it does have some application. And you got to be careful when it's cold. Like, you can only do so much. We were out there today and had hitting groups on the field and long tossed, and that was it. And tomorrow we'll in the squad and have a little bit longer day, and probably shorter day Wednesday, and Friday looks like another good day in our squad. So we're kind of going by how the weather looks right now and where our pitchers are at. If we could fit them into that window, but so far, knock on wood, everybody feels pretty healthy. We've had the normal, strep throats and flu bugs and things like that go through in Januaries and Februaries. But the guys are coming around okay with that. So right now we're in, solid shape.
Awesome. CB, how was your week been? Not quite as snowed in as I was in Richmond, I don't think, but not exactly a fun week.
No, yeah. Yeah, we had a little bit of snow. I mean, they pushed back the women's basketball from Saturday to Friday. That was nice. I got to see that instead of like the week before when the men's game got banged. So that's good. Now the result wasn't great. Overtime loss. That was kind of frustrating. But otherwise good. Looking ready. I'm ready for some baseball.
The men got a game Wednesday evening.
Yep.
And then Saturday as well, maybe?
Yeah, Saturday evening also. Yeah. And then the men have like 4 straight home games, I think.
Home game, 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, but you're 5, you're right. The one that got banged. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they're happy for that, coming off of their longest road trip with Arkansas State and then Texas State over this past weekend. But yeah, still some good stuff going on at the TED. You should check it out. Hopefully get a little bit better outcome than the women's game. That was a tough one, man. That was a blown lead in the third, lose a blown lead in overtime. That's tough, but they're out there fighting. Give them that.
Yeah. It's fun to watch. I enjoy it.
Yes.
My mom always says she likes basketball season because it's 2 hours and it's indoors. She loves baseball, but that's one thing basketball and volleyball also really have above baseball for her.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Yes. And later in the episode, we'll have Scotty Young and Zach Leite joining us, the California Bash brothers. We got a little surprise,
see how they're doing
I think,
with the
for
snow.
Zach. Yeah, we'll see. I know there was a little bit of a viral message from Zach Leite going out about needing some mechanics or some tune-ups or something like that with the cold. But
I'll tell you what, they're both
all right.
They're both right now. Zach's swinging as good as I've ever seen him.
Which says a lot because he led
Yeah.
the team in like almost every category last year.
Yep.
I'd kind of forgotten about that. He's so quiet and he's kind of consistent that you kind of forget how good he really was last year.
Yeah, and he's healthy. I think that he did all those things. Let's remember with a with a broken hamate.
Yeah.
Here, which is amazing actually. So he felt healthy, feels strong. Scotty's doing a good job, man. He had a home run last inter squad. Both of them did. And, getting on base and providing good energy and all the things that he brings to the table. So it's good you guys got both those guys on. They're both really good kids and in completely different ways. But, opposites attract sometimes. So that's probably why they're good buddies.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to dive into the lineup. I know there's some moving and shaking. They'll be moving and shaking throughout the year as things go, but willing to divulge as much as you want to or whatever you don't want to. But I was just going to think we'd run right down the lineup here. I mean, you got some good contestants, but who do you think is going to land in the lucky leadoff spot?
Yeah, I think Will Johnson will more than likely be our leadoff hitter. I think we're pretty set on that. He did it. He kind of emerged into that type of guy as the fall went on, and he there's not a lot of swing and miss there. He takes his walks. He's a very good base stealer. And so, I think he's a guy that, looks like the best candidate to be our leadoff hitter. I think some of this depends on Luke, right? Like Luke Waters, if he's eligible or not. And we still have not heard that. If he is, he might be a guy to hit in the 2-hole behind him. If not, then maybe F. Morales, who's going to play one of the corner outfield slots more than likely, will be there. And then, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think we're still trying to work that out. I think the candidates in there are obviously Zach Leite, Maverick Stallings, who's really swinging the bat well for us, Mac Dye, who's really swinging the bat well for us, and TJ Aiken has just had a really good fall and has had a really good spring. So I'm really proud of him. He's come a long way and continues to just put together good days. So some of those guys are outfielders. Mav obviously will play second. I think our third baseman will be Cass J, who's a Division II transfer portal guy. Who's got some power and is a really good defender over there at third. So still working on getting a little more consistent. He's had a better preseason work. He's made a couple mechanical adjustments. I think his swing's a little flatter. He's hitting more line drives than he did in the fall. And obviously late, Zach will play first. The outfield's going to have a pretty good rotation in it, I think, depending on Luke, obviously. But Efren Morales will be out there. TJ will be out there. Scotty Young will be out there. Tyler Zadalis will be out there. And then Grayson Spar. So we've got, 3 righties and a couple lefties in that kind of rotation. So we may be able to play some matchups depending on if we're seeing righty lefty or and then the one I forgot, Nick Felton, who's a true freshman, is another lefty. And then Nick's probably our best defensive outfielder, so he's going to be in there a lot and can really run. And the swing's coming along. He's going to be a really good player here. So, and then catching wise, we've got Mac Dye, Evan Hallman, and Jack Slater. And Evan and Jack were here last year, and Mac's a transfer portal guy from North Carolina who's a Virginia Beach kid, so he's back home. And Mac had a really good fall, led us in home runs, and swung the bat really well. He's definitely a prospect, judging from all the scouts that have been in to see him. So I think he brings us another dimension of some power, behind the plate, as well as a very good defender.
Yeah, and we talked to him at Step Up to the Plate. He was a pretty impressive dude. Definitely looks the part of a Division I catcher. Well, seems like he'd have a lot of power, so it's here that's coming true at least the inner squads.
Yeah, he does, and it's all over the field. So sometimes this time of the year with power guys, it can get a little dicey. Like they want the ball to go out of the park, but it's cold, so they try harder and then they get around it and under it. And we're trying to just get him to hit line drives in the middle of the field right now, and let that come as it starts to warm up a little bit and he starts to get in the groove and those kind of things. So he's doing a good job. He's gonna be there somewhere in the middle of the lineup for us. Tyler Zadalis has had a good fall. He's had a good spring. He's hitting line drives. He's another guy that is versatile. He's going to play in the outfield. He's probably our best defensive first baseman. So he'll be some of that as well, maybe late in the games. So that's good to see. And then, I think we've got some guys that can move around. Another infielder who will be in there. Maybe our, best backup infielder in terms of defense, Cole McKenna, who's a true freshman, New Jersey kid. Brody Connor's done a good job this fall and spring. He's another guy that, he's probably more of a second baseman, but he can shuffle through all three infield positions and cover you there. So we feel like we're a little deeper in the infield maybe than we were last year with those guys.
Do you feel like Efren Morales might see some time at second base, or is he more going to be outfield?
Potentially. I didn't mention him in there because I think he's getting better there. And if you said, hey, could he play second for you next year, I'd say I wouldn't bet against him because he's a ball player. I think this year, I don't know, and I don't know what corner he's going to play. But he was taking fly balls in right today. He looks fine in right. Right field at our place is the Sun Field. It probably depends if Luke's in the lineup now or if he's not. So I think that's one of the things. I mean, F's going to be in the lineup because he's just such a consistent, tough out. And I'd love to say by next year we could get him back behind the plate. We just, we got. But he, in a pinch, he could certainly come into second base. He's got enough reps there. He knows what he's doing. I think, the range is limited. He's not a super fast guy, but he's got plenty of arm strength, and, he's getting better on turning the double play and things like that. So I think this year we'll work. I told Hayes today, we were talking about it, I said, let's just work him in the outfield the rest of the way. I don't want to overload him. If it becomes, a need that he's got to play second, then we'll sit him back in and start getting him more work at second.
Yeah.
So that's kind
nice to have in the back pocket, but
getting an extra inning game. Some guys get moved around. Jack Slater's that way too. He's played right field, he's played first and some second. And so it's and he's that's a real valuable thing to have because you never know what can happen in a game. It gives you a little bit more flexibility. Jack's a good base runner. He's fast. So, it gives us some more bullets to fire if we need to move some pieces around the chessboard.
Yeah. Well, and then speaking of your other catchers, you've also had Evan Holman playing some third base.
Yep.
And I didn't see it, but I heard Mac Dye playing some first base too.
And they're both fine at those positions. They routine plays, which is all you're asking them to do. And Mac loves going out there to first and getting ground ball. And Evan loves going out there to third. So I think some of that is.
Well, Evan likes throwing, so that gets him a chance to do that.
Yeah, it's fun for them. It gets them out of, from behind the plate a little bit, different view of the game. And again, if you get in some spots that you may need to put them there, they've been there, and they're not going to be like a fish out of water.
Yeah, it's a good way to get really experienced guys back in the lineup too. You could have both of those bats in your lineup, and not having a defensive drop off at third base is huge.
Yep, without a doubt. And you're trying to figure out, as much as you can. All right, if this guy goes down, what's our next best lineup without him? That kind of thing.
Yeah, it also just helps with the natural part of a season, which is at some point somebody's going to be a little banged up.
There's no doubt. And, that creates the dilemma for me is always the risk reward of base stealing. like Will can steal bases. Like Will could steal 30, 35 bags in a year if we just turn him loose to go. Is one of those 40 attempts going to be the guy steps on his hand and we lose our shortstop?
Yeah.
Or he trips or slips or the ball hits him in the elbow, or it's just like I've never really wanted we let Kyle do it. He was probably an outlier in that respect, but he also wasn't one of our better hitters. You're talking about a guy that's going to play shortstop and hit leadoff for you and get on base a lot. And so that's always the needle of the thread. I can remember a long time ago when I was at Auburn listening to Skip Burtman talk about it. He goes, we don't ever try to run a lot early in the year. I want our guys to figure out how to hit and win games. But I also want us to keep in mind that there will be times in the season when we need to steal a base. And when those times come, that's when we'll try it. But I don't even have stolen base stats against, Timbuktu University. Just get the guys banged up. So, and I completely agree with that. Some people don't, but if that's how you got to play to try to score runs, then I get it. But I don't think that's necessarily conducive to having all your best guys healthy for an entire season as much as you can.
And also, just hearing you talk about that perspective, you kind of then the teams you're playing later in the year, your actual conference games, you maybe can lull them to sleep a little bit in those situations where they think, oh, they wouldn't steal here. That's not what they normally do. And you're like, no, we got in our back pocket. Our guys know how to do it, and they're fast enough.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Tyler's of Dallas is a good example. Like him and I were talking about how, having the green light at second base, because I said, man, dudes are going to fall asleep on you, and you're pretty good at it. Mac Dye's pretty good at it too, and likes to run. So I think there's some opportunities there, when people aren't doing their best at paying attention to it. That's when you want to take advantage of it.
Scotty Young's another one of those sneaky fast guys too. He throws you off the scent because he's so tall, but then you see him how quickly he moves those long legs. He can get around the bases pretty quick.
Scotty can run. Sometimes you need to have a lasso on him, but
I was actually looking at his summer stats today, and I had forgotten he stole 29 bases with the Pilots in the summer. But a lot of that's like what you pointed out. Typically in summer ball, you're not getting your best catchers. They're typically guys who are backups who didn't catch, and that's why they're playing.
The pitchers don't care because exactly, yelling at them because everybody's stealing all these bases. Like summer ball, that's one summer ball stat that is irrelevant.
Yes.
It
really is.
Great, good for them. That's how they want to play. I get it.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun way for them to play. No problems. But that's not a true indicator of when teams are really working at holding you and they're good at it.
Yeah.
Then can you steal a base or not?
A lot of factors go into those stolen base numbers because the Pilots rack them up. Hank likes being aggressive out there, and because as you just you can. There's a lot of factors that make it very plausiable. And why not?
And half of those, I go to the games. Half of those stolen bases, the catcher doesn't even throw because the guy got such good throw. I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah.
I'm always trying to get that bang bang picture. And I'm like, well, nothing. All right.
You have to catch it at third base or something like that.
It's an exciting way to play. The fans like it. I get all of it.
Absolutely.
Got no issues. I just think people need to understand there's a little bit of a difference there.
And that's always it's great to understand that there's that nuance. It's like minor league stolen bases, right? You see the guy was it Billy Hamilton racked up 120 steals in the minor leagues. It's like, well, number one, because he could actually hit in the minor leagues. He wasn't a 210 hitter like he was in the big leagues. And number two, you're not talking about these all-world catchers. You're a big league catcher. You're either an amazing hitter or you're an amazing fielder. And you ain't stealing 150 bases off these guys.
No, exactly.
Unless you're Ricky Henderson.
Yeah. And if you're not, the fact is, and I think that's something that comes into play in, they were talking about OPS plus and WAR numbers on MLB Network, how, getting caught stealing actually really hurts your some of those numbers. But if you're not stealing at an 80% clip, then the metrics say it's not worth it.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought 85. Honestly, but
maybe
it
is
conservative.
85. Might be
It probably is 80. I think it's just me personally. I'm like, I think lower 85. Like, why bother?
No, and you're probably right. It probably is 85 plus. I mean, so it's that's that's getting thrown out 1.5 times out of every 10 steals, man. That's
pretty good.
Yeah, you got to be pretty good at it. So I think that's something. Take advantage of it when they give it to you, and there's other ways to score runs when they don't.
Hey, speaking of big leagues and OPS and that kind of stuff, how about our guy Vinny Pasquantino getting his new 2-year extension with the Royals? That was great. That was really neat. Well deserved.
So happy for him and proud for him, and he certainly earned it, man. It's just I told people, you just got to stay healthy and play full seasons, and he can put up the numbers, and he has. And it's great that it's great they didn't have to go to arbitration. They rewarded him for it.
Yeah.
And, 2 years I think is perfect for the team, and also for Vinny. Gives them both options at the end of this, and I would think Casey's going to want to keep him there.
I mean, definitely the Casey's PR people want to keep him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He's a huge fan favorite.
I thought I saw where JY got invited to Mets spring training. I don't know if that was big league or minor league.
He may have. I didn't see it. That seems likely based on what happened with him last year.
Yeah. So I don't know which one of those, if he was a big league camp invitee or not. But I saw somewhere on maybe Instagram or Twitter where he was definitely in the Mets camp. Going to be in the Mets camp.
Love it. Yeah.
So
Well, he got some big league time last year. He did pretty well in the little bit of time they had.
Yeah,
it was funny that he was with AAA, and then right when they were supposed to be here for about 3 days, he got called up and then sent right back down as soon as they left. I was like, well,
I think he played 43 games in the big leagues last year. It was low 40s or upper 30s, something like that.
Yeah, that's not bad, especially if he's getting another shot too here. I mean, go to Port St. Lucie, see what happens in spring ball. But I mean, clearly they wanted him. If they're keeping him around.
Yeah. Well, he can hit. He's a hitter. I would think with what the Mets have done, kind of looking at their team, they would value a guy like him.
Yeah.
Well, he's got that versatility too. He's playing all the infield spots, playing the outfield corners. Yeah. It was 43 plate appearances, 43 at bats.
Oh, that's
23. Yeah, 23 games, 47 plate appearances. Yeah.
Got it.
But hey, in the big leagues, that was part of his third season of big league time.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on the 40-man on the active, so
we love it.
Yeah, I'd love to see that again. So we're moving along on the stadium, guys, and I think we're going to be playing next Friday. It's not going to be a perfect situation, but it's going to be pretty cool and be back home playing. We hope people plan to come out and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully the weather warms up for us, and the outfield bleachers are just about done being constructed in left field and then also in right center. So that'll be done before the end of this week. And then we just tee it up. I think they're bringing in the temporary press boxes tomorrow. Okay. It's all set up for PA, music, and scoreboard, and all the things that they have to run out of the press box. And, it'll be like a double-decker thing. I think Rick said they bring them in on a trailer, and then they take a crane and just lift them and set them right down there in Raleigh Alley and hook them up.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Be careful. That Raleigh Alley wasn't easy to construct.
No, yeah.
Set it down gently.
Yeah, exactly. Don't mess it up. So we'll have some interesting new sight lines and let it roll from there.
Yeah. I think again, as not ideal and as unique as it's going to be, I think just the fact that the guys are going to get to play at home. People in Norfolk are going to get to watch them without, being able to go over to the Bud, go over to the ballpark, not having to go to Harbor Park, not having to go across the river, across the water there. It's a plus. Even if it is a little bit different, it's still going to be great. And like I said, I think some people are going to find out that's their favorite way to watch a game.
It might be. And I think it's going to be cool. I can't wait till they get the stairs done leading up to there to go up and take a picture. And I think it's a cool vantage point of and like we talked about last week, every time you come to a game throughout the season, you're looking directly at, the field side of all the progress that's going on.
Yeah.
Driving down 43rd Street after practice today, they've got another one of the archways up.
Oh
There's
wow.
I think three and three. There's like 9 of them. So they've got another one. Those are really cool looking. I mean, it's neat.
Nice.
They're all that prefab brick and all that. So it's starting to take some shape out there as well. So we're getting there, man. We're getting there.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Well, Finny, I got something I wanted to bring up because number one, I think it's a storyline for the season, and also I know you like to kind of you're going to want to put it aside else immediately. But so you have 413 wins at Old Dominion. You are 10 wins away from tying Bud Metheny for the most all time as ODU's head coach. That's so also 11 wins from being the all time leadingest ODU baseball head coach. That's pretty cool, man. That's a neat thing. Probably going to happen pretty early in the season here.
Well, hopefully, hopefully not late in the season.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's super gratifying and humbling. It's an honor to, being just mentioned with those men: Bud Metheny, Mark Newman, Pat McMahon, Tony Guzzo. I consider those guys the Mount Rushmore of Old Dominion baseball, and that's why we put them out on the outfield wall, because I think it's important to honor those guys. So, and those, that just means you stuck around long enough to do that, and got had some good assistant coaches that got you some good players, and they did the things the way they were supposed to do. You never, as a coach, you never win as much as you want to.
So, we're not going to talk about the 333 losses.
Exactly. Yeah, I would think that Bruce Bochy, the first ballot Hall of Famer as a manager, and I think he got at one point he was like 2,000 and something and 2,000 and something.
Right.
We won 3 World Series and he won 2,000. Nobody gives a crap how many he
exactly.
lost. So yeah, I mean, it's I think we'll get at some point 700 overall win this year as well. So
I was gonna say you're at 655 overall, so 45 away. So got to have a really good year. We hope it happens. That'd be awesome. It's gonna be a heck of a year if you get that 700 this year.
Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah. So but it's it's exciting. I appreciate you mentioning that, and like you said, I'll certainly won't be thinking about it at all.
Until we bug you about it. But it's worth pointing out. I mean, you're in your 15th season here. Mike Marin, your pitching coach. This is 11th season, so you guys have been together for a long run. Jonathan Hadra, this is his 4th year with you. So I mean, it's just I think like you pointed out, it shows that continuity. You've had some great coaches with you. You've had, like I said, you and Marin 11 years together. That's a ton. And that really shows just that consistency that you guys have been able to put up.
Yeah, Mike and I could be like an old married couple. We don't need.
I was gonna say,
but yeah, and that's a blessing. I mean, Mike's had plenty of opportunities to go elsewhere, and him and his family value not just Old Dominion, but Norfolk and living here, and the things they've got, that help them enjoy their family time. So we're all appreciative of that. It's a great community. We're just so excited about getting this stadium done and seeing what we can do. And in the meantime, seeing what we can do while we're still finishing it up. It's a fun group of kids, and this group too, man. This group, everybody talked about what last year's group had to work through, which was extremely difficult. And this group's had to do its own version of that. You still don't have your own locker room, and you're carrying stuff back and forth in the field, and we're practicing with sandblasting going on, and and all this stuff. So it's a daily grind, and I'm really proud of them because they don't use it as any type of excuse. I mean, I think they're appreciative of what they got and excited about playing at home. And, no matter how many fans are there, it's still where we practice every day. So there's going to be some more comfort, familiarity, the sight lines, and all those types of things, rather than playing on somebody else's home field.
And knowing that when you finish up and get in the shower or whatever, or I know some of the guys just kind of change real quick and then go shower at their own place because it's right across the street.
Yep.
That's a big plus too, in your own bed and not
Huge.
having all the traveling and crossing the bridge and all the things.
No doubt. That's huge. It's huge. So we're going to enjoy that the first 4 weeks and hopefully play some good baseball. And, you know, as you work through those first 4 weeks, like you mentioned, Gary, you know, it's an ever evolving type thing. You're trying some different lineups. You're trying some different things with the pitching and roles and things of that nature. And you try to come up with the best plan you can by the time conference play starts, based on, you know, some of those results. So I think that's always the case. And I tell the guys, it doesn't matter if you're throwing on Friday or Tuesday until conference play starts. They all count the same. They're all non-conference.
Yeah.
When conference play starts, then it does matter because the week. But up until then, man, you can make a case that, you know, some of our, you know, midweek games at times are harder games than what we would have on that any particular weekend. So.
Well, yeah, when you go play UVA, it's like Quinnipiac, we love you. We're glad you're coming down, but you're not UVA, right? We're not UVA.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of the reality.
That's right. Yeah. So you know, we got to be aware of that, and I like some of the young kids that are continuing to get better. You know, they're going to have to jump in that mix, and some of the guys that I think are back that, you know, either were some, you know, arm maybe underwater, you know, not hurt, but just arms weren't feeling great. Look like they're coming around as well. So hopefully we're, you know, developing, you know, some more pitchers that we can use in different roles as well.
Yeah. Well, just from last week, you talking about the pitching staff and how many guys are in the running for key spots. And then now we hear that pretty much the same thing from the lineup and the field side. Those midweek games, especially the first 2-3 weeks, could be really, really competitive. Guys trying to earn their way into a starting spot for the conference. And I think maybe we missed that a little bit last year, not the competitiveness, but the result. So I think like ODU fans would probably love to hear that there's going to be guys compete for spots on those weekday games.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair to say. I agree. So I think so. And it could be also, you know, some matchup type lineups where we can be more right-handed against a lefty and more left-handed against a righty in the outfield in particular. So I think that could be the case for, you know, more guys contributing and playing and understanding where they're at there, and not just game to game, but also within the game. Bringing a different guy in the fifth inning, and these three guys come off the bench and try to help you win.
So half the lineup switch over, right?
Yeah, and you will have some options to do some of those types of things. So
could be some interesting scorecards after some of these games when you've changed 7 of the 9 lineup spots and you're on your 7th pitcher there in like the 8th inning. But that's good though, because that's all dudes jumping in there to help you go win a ball game.
Yeah, and there's a fine line in that. Ron Polk, years ago, he was at Mississippi State, and for whatever reason, when I was at Auburn, we always did pretty well. We would always beat Mississippi State, but this was one year before we played him, and it was a Friday during batting practice, and he looked up and he said, "You know, I'm looking at y'all's stats, Finny, and I noticed that you're playing a lot of guys." And he goes, "That usually means you're not very good." And I say, you know, "Well, what do you mean, Coach? You won a gazillion games. I want to hear why would you say that?" And he goes, it's just the way it is, man. The best teams I've ever coached, everybody knew who was playing if somebody wasn't hurt when we got to the ballpark that night. And the worst teams, no one knew who was playing." And I think about that and I go, you know what? For the most part, he's right. There are certainly exceptions to that, but on a lot of the good teams, you think back to some of our best ones here. I mean, same guys played as long as they were healthy, and I think at the mid-major level that may even be more so, because in most cases, whoever your backup shortstop is at most levels, not just this level, isn't anywhere close as good as your starting shortstop. Not usually. That's just how it is. And so you got, that's just kind of the same thing typically with catchers and stuff like that. So I thought that was an interesting story. And,
Well, and that's what you talk about the first few weeks, the non-conference. That's what it's for, is these guys telling you I should play. I mean, telling you with how they perform and letting it say, hey, this is the reality. It's not, we're sitting here and you're telling us you think this and you think that, but what's really going to happen is these guys that come out and perform the way that you believe they should, they believe they should, so they earn that spot. So when it does come to conference time, you can have that lineup that you're confident in because like these guys proved it already.
Yeah, that's it. I tell them all the time, y'all think we make the lineups out, but you guys really make them out. So by how you play and how you act. So, and you got a couple good ones, seniors, and I'm excited to get y'all on with them. So I'll bow out of here and tell the boys hi for me. I know they're excited about getting on.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Coach. We always appreciate the time and enjoy the dinner. And one more episode until we have an actual first pitch. I'm excited.
All right, guys. We'll see you next Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, Finny,
see you Monday.
All right, Finn. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, Finny. Go Monarchs. Welcome back. If you're listening on the audio only, that ad probably sounds really funny for a minute. It's just kind of the same whistling, but go check it out on YouTube. It's a great Afterglow ad. We talk about it every time. Makes me thirsty for a cold beer on a warm day. I've got the cold beer. I do not have the warm day. So when that hits, maybe next Friday when we're out at the ballpark.
I think next Friday a cold beer might murder you.
It could be a beer popsicle by then.
Yes.
That's okay, though. But all right. We got a couple guys that are going to join us here, Zach Leite and Scotty Young. But first, we were provided with a video clip that we need to play before we bring them on. So enjoy this.
The crime was committed.
Only. Yeah, flip over to a YouTube to check this out.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby!
Wow, the bat flip was disrespectful.
Yes,
that was the music. The music started playing too.
Oh
my
goodness!
The same haircut, everything. That's So that was young Scotty Young hitting a home run off of staff ace Zach Leite. That was you threw like every inning that year, right, Zach? You were the guy, right?
Oh yeah, yep. You know me. I was probably throwing 90 back then, so no biggie.
90 poo.
Yeah, absolute tank to get around on 90 there.
Now, what was that, Scotty? You were a senior? Is that right?
Yeah, that was my senior year. We were playing in a big conference series towards the end of the year, and poor Zach had to come in on the mound.
I mean, you knew him instantly. That was were you bat flipping every time you had a home run, or just
no, not really. I
kind
of had some undisclosed beef with his head coach, so like once I got past their dugout, I heard him say in my ear, he was like, "Don't you flip that bat, Young." So then I had to throw it as high as I could.
There you go. That's wild.
Zachary,
Does this guy not coach high school kids? He doesn't know that you tell a high school kid not to do something. It's the first thing they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That was the first mistake there for sure.
Yeah, it was
Well,
crazy though.
that
That next game in the series, we went to like a 14-inning 1-0 game that ended off in like a walk-off homer with 2 outs. It was a crazy game. They picked up that one, but we got the rubber match the next day. But it was a fun series. Like, I'll remember that one forever.
That was cool. Yeah, good memories back then.
And who would ever know? You guys ended up on the other side of the country playing college baseball together.
I know. Crazy.
It's crazy.
That's
crazy how
wild.
it works.
How are the California guys dealing with the snow? A little bit of snow we've had lately. How you guys doing?
Not good at all.
Not good at all.
I'm frozen. I'm staying inside as much as possible.
Yeah, we were talking about that this weekend. Like, how can we leave the house the minimal amount of times this weekend?
I'm with you. I bought a bunch of Chinese food on Friday and have not left the house until I had to go to work today. Yeah, it was great. Are you guys rooming together again this year?
Yeah, we are.
So you're in the same house right now?
Yes.
Yep.
So right now, Zach looks like he's in like a nice, comfortable, warm setting, and Scotty, you look like you're in like kind of like a Russian prison at the moment. It's got that.
Yeah, I love I mean, he has them too, but yeah, he definitely put a lot more work into the room than I did.
You put like a nice warm light on there, like.
I know.
Zach looks like somebody loves him right now. Like, what's? Yeah.
No, but one cool thing we've gotten for sure that just opened up this last 2 weeks or last 2 or 3 weeks is the new athlete-only dining hall.
Oh yeah.
So we're really, really lucky to be like not even a 2-minute walk because it's right over on Whitehurst Beach, the dorms right there. But yeah, it's been amazing. Like breakfast and dinner every day of the week. They got an omelet guy in the morning, which is huge for us. We can get custom omelets served right in front of you. And the dinners have been really good too. Like they always have chicken out. They have like make your own pasta station that they'll cook it right in front of you. So you can get like chicken, salmon, or steak. And all the vegetables you want. So it's been really nice to have within walking distance. And it's walking distance for the guys too, like not even more than 10, 15-minute walk for them too. So it's been great for us.
I mean, you're all young college kids. It's all walking distance, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
And there's a will.
No, that's great. It's so funny because I mean, it wasn't that many years ago where it was like it was an NCAA violation to give one of you guys a sandwich.
Exactly.
And now it's like somebody figured out, like, oh, you mean like if you feed them, they're gonna play better? Like somebody finally figured that out. That should be part of the thing is feeding everyone. So that's awesome. I remember hearing about the other day about several other athletes talking about what a great deal it is. So that's pretty neat, man.
Yeah, it's been a great addition for us. So we're fired up.
That's big time in college. Like having like
exactly.
No doubt.
Yeah, I think that our next thing is if we interview former ODU players, just asking if they have a year of eligibility left, and then just see if we can get them on the roster. Like Justin Verlander's not signed with the team. I bet he could throw gas for a couple innings.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Would not hurt to have him.
Should they do it in the NBA now? The former NBA players trying to play college basketball, so why not? Right?
I saw all that.
What do you guys think of that? Just as a college athlete, how would you feel like if Justin Verlander? I mean, aside from like it'd be cool to play with Justin Verlander, like how would you feel though if a guy like that wants to come back? Not even him, but just some guy who had like half a season in the big leagues wants to come back and play college ball. Do you think that's okay?
Not at all. That's just a little ridiculous to me. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't mind like the J.R. Smith action where he had his nerd career in the NBA and then comes back and plays golf in college. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
See, now that I'm okay with because it's a different sport. I think I'm with you on that because that was always a thing. There were a lot of guys that play, like Chris Winkie, guy off the top of my head, won the Heisman. He was a pro baseball player, and there have been several guys like that. And it's like, different sports.
That's fine.
But coming back and playing in the sport you played professionally just seems crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it went a little too far. I think someone saw the JUCO loophole there, and they tried to use that to pro, which it makes sense for JUCO.
Absolutely.
Not so much on the professional ranks, but
no,
I'm just curious, like, who's going to take it far enough to where someone finally says, like, all right, that's enough. Like, are we finally reaching that threshold? Because that'd be close, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
LeBron James suiting up with USC next season. Like, it's going to be nuts.
There you go. So, well, you mentioned JUCO, Gary. You guys are both JUCO bandits. How did JUCO help prepare you for what you're doing at ODU these days?
I think for me at least, like the competition level, especially in California JUCOs, is very, very high. You see a lot of Division I bounce backs, and just a lot of really high talented players that maybe didn't get a shot right away. And seeing those kind of players every single day definitely helps prepare you a lot for the next level.
Yeah, I would say the same. And I kind of got the cool experience where I got to sort of see both sides of junior college baseball. Obviously, my freshman year, I was in California in the same league that Zach played in. And yeah, just the competition there was insane. Like one of my best friends was at Riverside College, third baseman there, got picked up in the 5th round, and he was playing third base for the Braves this last year, Nacho Alvarez. So like seeing just the competition playing side by side with them. And yeah, like tons of pitchers that got picked up in the draft. And yeah, it's almost like the competition can compare to the Division I level in California. Then I saw the other side of it in when I went to go play New Jersey, and we played teams were not so good. But obviously, like getting to play there under a really prestige coach in Coach Rob Valley, winning 56 games in a year and going to compete for a national JUCO championship was something really special that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Like I got my ring. I just got it. It's pretty cool.
He says that. He wears it every day.
I know. Here's our national championship ring we just picked up.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And it's cool. It has like my name and then our record on the side here.
That's awesome.
It was a special experience, like getting to do all that. And I think, like Zach said, it teaches you a lot about who you are as a baseball player. I would say you get the competition without the stress level. Just kind of getting the chance to compete with a bunch of dudes that got turned down, right? So gives you that chip on your shoulder and opportunity to get out there every day with 10 or 15 people in the stands, and gets down to how much you really love it. So getting that opportunity has been really special.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And obviously you all have seen players all over the place in California, different JUCOs, and just coming back to this team for a second year. I know we talked a little bit about it, step up to the plate, but there seems to be this vibe that things took a step forward this offseason for the team. Would that be pretty accurate to go on that assumption?
Yeah, I would say so for sure. We have, I think we have a lot of returners with a lot of really good experience, and I think we're gonna come out the gate ready to go and just with a lot of energy and prepared to win some games.
Yeah, I think there's a really good synergy with the team this year. We've been mixing really well, and obviously now it's more common to have more new guys than returners on the team. So it's been good for us. Like I think because of the fact that even our returners we have a lot of JUCO guys coming back, so they understand how it is to come into a place. And I think the returners have been really welcoming towards the new guys, and we've gotten along really well, especially on the pitching side of things. Like seeing the way Gotti and Kusky have progressed has been really special, and I'm fired up to see them take the mound Friday, Saturday night. So
fired up to see them and not have to be going against them.
I know. Yeah, JJ.
Who's been the toughest one? Like who's been the toughest?
Is my kryptonite for sure. I can't touch that thing.
Is he the guy? So is JJ your guy who's been like the toughest one to go against so far?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
I think
how about you, Zach?
I've gotten to. Oh, go ahead, Zach.
Out of the new guys or out of everybody?
Anybody, who's the guy you're like, man, this guy is crushing
me right now? I would say for me, Hubble just finds a way to get me out every time. He just finds a way. Yeah, so he's got me for sure.
There you go. Okay. So it's good. It's gonna be good to be able to be behind him for a little bit.
Yep.
And catch a few balls for him and not have to worry about facing him.
No doubt.
Well, and Scotty, so this is the first time in your college career you've actually come back to the same place 2 years in a row, right? I mean, that's
it's just been like I've said, I've talked to Finny about that a lot. Like I just feel so much more confident in who I am, and just getting the opportunity to sort of be a leader, like having that established equity in the program. Coming back for a year is something really special that I haven't gotten to experience going to 5 schools. So it's just made my job a lot easier. Like you got to think of the statistics of it. Like you go into a new spot, the hitting coach sees your swing, and obviously it's like, okay, how can I work with this coach? Like how can I score points with him while learning what he has to know, like teaching me my swing while not like changing things so drastically that your timing's all messed up throughout the fall, right? So like getting the opportunity that like working with Hadra and Finny, having my established identity as a hitter has allowed me to progress a lot further and a lot quicker in a short span of time, like having that trust with them.
Yeah, you've certainly been one of the guys that, at least when I saw in the fall and for what sounds like so far in the spring, has really been busting out and doing great. I mean, we know Zach led the team in almost every category last year. We know he can hit. And again, as Finny made sure to point out, did that with a broken hand, with a broken hamate bone. So now we're just going to have that unleashed. So it's a pretty big deal to now think we might see an even better Zach Leite and an even better Scotty Young than what we had last year. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's exciting for sure.
Yeah, CB, also glad you fixed your curtain just for the other side to fall down right there about 30 seconds ago. It's a tradition on the show now. Well, Finny was on here earlier with us talking all about the hitters, potential lineups, a lot of guys that can play in a lot of different places. Was there someone either this past fall or maybe since you've been back in the last couple of weeks where you're like, holy crap, this dude can hit and he came out of nowhere and you just wouldn't expect it?
I wouldn't say we have anybody that's coming out of nowhere. I think we have a lot of really solid players, and we kind of all hold each other to a high standard. And so I think a lot of solid players, and it's just not really like anything unexpected. You see a guy go up there and hit a ball really hard, and it's like, yeah, I could see that coming. Like that's expected.
Yeah, I think two guys that really stood out to me were both Zadalis and Will Johnson. I think Zadalis, I mean, he had a phenomenal fall last year, and seeing him progress this fall is like something really special. He's a great hitter, man. Like just getting him to be himself when the spring comes around and not let that pressure get to you is like been something. Like me and Zach are best friends with Zadalis. Like we talk to him all the time, and he's one of our closest friends on the team. So it's like, we're fired up. Like I keep telling him, I'm like, Zadalis, like you're our X factor, dude. Like we get you going, we're going to do special things. Like, so seeing him, like hoping he can tap into that is something I'm really looking forward to. And then Will, on the other hand, like he reminds me a lot of myself as a hitter, like low strikeout guy, like looking for any way to get on base and help the team, like looking to steal a few bags. To really get the offense going. So having a guy like that on the right side of the plate is kind of a fun synergy. Like whenever I get to hit behind him in the scrimmage, I'm fired up because I know we're going to do something.
I like hearing that it makes sense that Dallas is really good friends with you guys, because also just a phenomenal kid, just like both you guys are. But also, he's a lot like you, Scotty. He's just a silly weirdo.
Yes.
You're clearly the loudest one. I think Zach is too. Zach's just the most quiet of the three y'all, and Tyler's a little quiet too. But he's a little bit of a little silly weirdo too. He doesn't mind. I always like to give him the meow when he gets on base. That's always fun. Mr. Mittens.
Yeah, we created a little club. It's called the Kitten Squad. And it's me, Zadalis, Evan Holman, and Maverick Stallings. And whenever the Kitten Squad was together, it was like all of us were good for 3 hits, and we were winning the inter squad no matter what happened.
That's awesome.
So yeah, be on the lookout for some cat noises, maybe some cat ears coming out at some point for a home run celebration.
I got something I'll bring y'all. I got something for y'all. Okay.
Absolutely.
So yes, I'm gonna put that in my car and have it ready to bring to y'all. Because we got some props.
Well, it gives me an idea for the nickname for the visitor stands. They're going to be in the outfield. Like it's got to be the litter box, right? Because that's
the
where
litter
you're
box.
get your bombs into.
Yes.
That's great.
I love it. We'll put a banner up and everything.
You would approve that name on the signage, but we can call it that.
We can call it the litter box. Yeah, that's something else. So and like I said, Zach, am I right that you're a little bit more quiet, but you got to be a bit of a weirdo if these are the guys you're spending all your time with, right?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I think around them you see it a little bit more. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would say. I would
Oh,
say
go for it,
if
Scotty.
you or a random person were to hang out with us for a whole day, you'd think we were from a different planet, probably. Like, you wouldn't understand a word we were saying.
I would probably be adding new strange things for you because
Yeah.
you guys know
Yeah,
me a
there you
little
go.
bit.
Yeah,
Somebody else might be like,
you might be sending us back after 4 hours. Like, no, we're not there yet. Give us a few more years.
Oh, yeah.
All
so
right, well,
I know last year you guys were saying you had like a pirate video game you were playing all the time. Is there like, what's the thing now that you guys are using to bond and spend your off-field time with?
I haven't been doing a whole lot of gaming. My controller's broken right now, so
Oh no,
I've
How'd
been
that
is that a
happen?
rage?
begging to
Is that
buy
a
a new
rage?
one, man.
yeah,
Is
I
that a
just
rage
haven't
quit?
gotten around to getting a new one. So maybe we'll work on that. We'll see.
No, especially when it starts getting warmer, we'll be back on the 7 Cs for sure. That's our that's our game we'll always come back to.
Yeah.
We got some pirating to do.
There we go. It's fantastic.
all right. Well, Finney was talking a lot about Will Johnson and getting in at shortstop, like big base stealing threat. Have you all had the foot race yet to see who is fastest?
I'd smoke him. I'm probably like home to first. I got him by at least 0.1. Like if he's running a 4.0, I got your 3.9, and in a 60-yard dash, it wouldn't be close.
Wow.
He can't keep up.
I'm not
'cause it's
really a
more
threat
steps
on
for
the
you.
on the bases, so I don't think they're too worried about me over there.
Yeah, Zach just gets a hold of them. They're done.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yes. Well, just
So do
imagine
you
all the
guys
little
have-
competitions
oh, sorry.
coming through there. There you go. I was just imagining all the little competitions you could come through as like the new guys come in. It's not hazing, but you got to know where you are in the pecking order, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
gotta make sure everybody knows they're not as fast as Scotty. So do you guys set yourselves goals for the year, whether they're numeric, kind of like a larger aspect? I'm like, what do you? I mean, obviously, you go into the season, you're like, I want to have a good season. I want to compete. We want the team to win. But are there anything more specific? And again, if you don't necessarily want to share, that's fine too. But I'm just curious.
I think for me, it's just consistency all around, consistency with the approach that I'm using day in and day out, with the mindset and the confidence that I'm taking into every game. And I think that's sort of the biggest thing that I'm looking for going into this season is just the all around consistency, not just with the numbers, but with the mental aspect of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, that's awesome. But like I had a hitting coach growing up. His name was Jose Tolentino. He played for the Astros, and one thing he always told me, he's like, when you grow up and like you start playing in college, like the one thing I can tell you that we use throughout the whole minor leagues is numbers are the devil. Like stay as far away from those statistics as you can in the season.
Yeah.
They're only gonna add pressure and put bad things into your mind, whether it's high or low, right? Like you're hitting 450 through the first 20 games of the season. You're like, oh my God, I got to chase this. Like, how do I keep this up? And that's just not realistic, right? Like baseball's so up and down. And Hadra's been great, like talking to me through this, especially is like the guys like me, Maverick, Slater, who went to JUCO and are getting that extra year back. It's like, we're really just playing this with house money, man. Like my goal this year specifically, and I think I've rubbed this off on Zach, it's like, we're just out there to have a good time. Like we're so lucky to be in this position. And I really didn't deserve to get this year back. Like it was really lucky opportunity. And I was the one class ever that got the opportunity to play 5 full seasons of college baseball. So just enjoying that, and like whether things go wrong or they go really right, like coming back to that and being grateful for the fact like that this opportunity came forward, and I get the chance to be out there with the guys at the home at the Bud, which I'm fired up about.
Yeah, how big is that? You have not played a game in front of fans of the Bud, either one of y'all. What's the feeling? How excited are you for you? You may still not get to next weekend. We'll see how the weather goes. You'll be playing, but it might not be anybody to watch. No, there'll be some folks. I'll be there. But what's that feeling? What's the excitement? Are we excited? Are we feeling good about that?
Yeah, super excited. I don't think I've really ever been able to play in front of like a packed home crowd before. So like at our actual home field at the Bud, I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be really awesome.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little. Oh, go ahead,
Go ahead,
Scotty.
Gary.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, too. Like, especially over this last week, those outfield bleachers went up so fast, man, and like you really start get to the feeling like, all right, this thing's around the corner, we're ready to go. Yeah, it's awesome. The ones in left field, they're building like a whole concourse on top of them. So they got like 6 rows, and they're building like a flat concourse. They're gonna have concessions and good stuff up there. And then we got the litter box in right field, which is pretty sweet to have out there. And I think they're gonna have a pretty good beer garden out in the concourse. So it's exciting, man. And just getting the opportunity to sleep in your own bed, go to the new dining hall, get a few omelets, and walk over to the field and just enjoy the environment of it all. Because I mean, I don't know about Zach, definitely hits well at the home field, but like we've gotten so much experience like in the comfort of playing there, seeing so many pitches, so many at bats. So I think when an outside jersey comes on, it's really going to be real and a special experience to play in that field.
Well, speaking of those outfield stands, I think we asked TJ this, but what snacks should people be bringing to throw to you out in the outfield?
Out in the outfield,
yeah,
I'm a big fan. Like, if you could sneak me one of those tinfoil wrapped cheeseburgers, I'll be set.
He wants the whole burger.
Like,
this guy loves food. He wants the whole burger.
Yeah, when I was at the Pilots games, like I don't know if you ever saw me sneak it. Like 3rd inning, I would just sneak out. If I wasn't up that inning, I would sneak out and steal one of the good old tinfoil wrapped cheeseburgers from. Dude, crazy. I probably ate. Because that's what they would feed us after the game. So this summer, I probably ate around 300 cheeseburgers.
Oh my gosh.
Like 2 a day at least.
I mean, me too, but I didn't like run them off or anything.
Yeah.
Sitting while I was eating them all.
Yeah.
All
right. So if you're able to sneak Scotty a full wrapped cheeseburger
please do.
Into the outfield, please do it.
Little ketchup, little mayo, I'd be yes.
Yeah, we'll put the packets inside the foil and just toss the whole thing. That way you're tearing them off when you're out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you got a strong enough arm, throw me one too while you're at it.
I was going to ask if we sneak on the construction side, we can definitely set that. We can set you up with a plate and like a fountain drink and everything. You just run over there between pitches.
Perfect.
Just get like tiny little slingshots and just get them to Zach.
So we're gonna send TJ the gummy bears out there in center field, little slingshot. Be good to
you got to tell TJ you dream bigger than he does. That's the first thing you say when you see him tomorrow. Say, TJ, I got bigger dreams. I got bigger goals and ambitions than you do.
Exactly.
He's gonna be out there with a ribeye on a plate with a bib and a fork and napkin and everything too.
Well, me and Coach Panic have been working on a pretty sweet home run show that we have to convince Finny about.
Okay.
We got the song. We just need to convince Finny about the light show, and home runs at those night games are going to be awesome.
I hope so. It took me like 7 years to get him to do the Hudson blue pants with the jerseys. So I hope you work faster than I did.
Yes, we're making a bid at it, and it's going to be a really cool experience once we get at it.
Well, hopefully we can see that.
Either way, if it is not played at the ballpark, we will gladly play it here on a live stream or an episode. We will gladly get that out there for you.
Absolutely. That sounds great.
We appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. There's a reason you were both my mom's favorites, and I'm sure she's gonna bring some cookies next weekend for you.
Cannot wait.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to it, man. We're hopefully we'll get you back on here at some point during the year, in some form. You guys are awesome. Just have fun and keep being great people, man. It's awesome.
Thank you, guys. Yes, looking forward to having you guys out.
Awesome. Thanks so much. See you a week from Friday.
See you guys.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Well, that was awesome.
Good kids. Yeah. What good kids.
Get us stacked up this time. Yes. Okay. Well, excited to see those guys getting out there. They're taking it the right way. They got the JUCO year. They're going to have a blast. It's cool to see. And those are the guys you want to see get the extra year. Like those guys are leading the culture in that locker room. They're going to be the positive guys. I think it might've been that William & Mary game last year where got really cold and the game got ugly. And someone kept asking, well, who's going to fill in for Blake when he's gone to get the crowd pumped up? And I'm literally pointing down at Scotty because he's the head and the arms I can see sticking out of the dugout there.
You can hear him when he's not just the dugout, when he's playing left field and center field. You can hear him. from the outfield hollering to the guys. Like, he stays up all game. Yeah, he is that same great kid every second of every day and the whole time he's playing. And Zach, same thing again, more quiet, so you don't notice it as much, but just phenomenal people. And again, I'll probably say this every single podcast we have, but just the one thing that they have done a great job of doing is getting some phenomenal people. And it's the reason why we want to sit here and spend most of our Monday night having a podcast. You're going to spend time after this editing it to make sure it all is pretty and nice. And the reason we don't have any problem doing that is because it's very fun to go out and hang out, root for these guys.
It's a blast. It's good to get to know them. It's good to let you all kind of see the other side of them. Like, they're definitely not machines and robots. They're people, and they go through a lot of different things throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
And you'll probably hear more from Scotty this year as a fan, because he's going to be turning back to those bleachers, calling in his cheeseburger order for the next inning when he comes back out. Little pig, ketchup, mustard, good to go.
Yeah. That's crazy. Asked for a snack and he said that. All right. That sometimes people are on a different level and you don't really realize it until they let you know. Like, you always ask for more. Ask for what you deserve.
Yes, I'm waiting for the strongly worded email from ODU. Please stop encouraging fans to throw items onto the field.
We gently pass. I didn't say throw it. I said maybe a toss.
Well, at least they don't have to worry about me yelling at the umpires going into their replay room as frequently as they did 2 years ago.
They stand on the side and say, we're going to call this however we want.
Yeah, they're the ones back there eating the cheeseburgers in between their quote-unquote reviews. Well,
exactly.
We're close. According to the official countdown at odusports.com, we are 10 days, 18 hours, 29 minutes, and 50 seconds away from first pitch with Quinnipiac. And next week, we're going to talk a lot about Quinnipiac, potentially run through some walk-up music, and maybe we have a home run video by then. I'm pretty excited to see what those guys put together.
That thing might also be off by an hour if they still have the Quinnipiac at 3 on here. Unless I didn't refresh my page.
They did set it back to 2. We got 2.
They did set it back to 2, so it is accurate. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2, 2, and 1. Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2, 2, and 1. I've already cleared off my work schedule for that Friday. I won't be able to do that every Friday, but it's
a whole bunch of random PTO requests. I'll be in all the Fridays and the midweeks and up at VCU and all the good things. We're gonna have a blast. I'm excited. Can't wait. It's next week. That's crazy.
Yeah. Come out and join us. Go get your ticket books. They've got them at odusports.com.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can also buy them at the gate. Come check it out. We'll be doing a little bit of a live stream before that first home opener, just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like from the outfield, how the guys are doing, all that stuff. We'll be doing that a little bit more throughout the year, especially those big weekend series, because you look into May, there's a lot of fun games at home, and that weather's going to be beautiful. But get out there, claim your butt cheeks on the spot, and come out and cheer them on all season.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us. Go Monarchs.
Go Monarchs.